Welcome to our midday session. Now, today's session is going to be a little bit different because these midday sessions are supposed to be more bite-sized, more be able to just jump into getting some movement in, connecting to your body, maybe during the midday at work or, on the weekend, but keeping it fairly short and very direct in the outcome. So for today, we are actually going to really focus on four major things. We're going to focus on the movement, but we're going to only do a couple moves, all right? Because the point is that we're going to focus on the movement. We're going to focus on their energy centers by connecting to our bandhas, all right? So our Muladhara Bandha, our Uddiyana Bandha, and our Jalandhara Bandha. So we've got our root, our navel lock, and our chin lock. And then we're also going to bring in an element of chanting, because what we want to do is we want to be able to create a connection to our inner world. All right. So today, our chant that we're going to use is Gom, and that's to connect with our heart. It's always a nice one to do. And there's lots of different ones we could do, but we're going to stay with that Bija mantra of Gom. All right. So we've got our movement. We're going to connect to the bandhas, these locks that allow us to really tap deeply into the connection of our body and our mind. We're going to connect to the chant, which means we have to connect with our breath. So those are four elements that are going to be happening. So we're going to really keep the movement very basic. Now, in order to start us off, why don't you go ahead and sit into a comfortable seat, lengthen up through the spine. And I'm just going to read you a little something from this wonderful little book. It's called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. And it's by Charlie Mackesy. I don't know, but I follow him on Instagram and somehow someone gifted me his book. All right, so breathe into your body. Allow yourself to become tall. All we need today is a mat. I've got a little blanket here. I like to always have a blanket. If you want to lay in Shavasana a little bit longer and you know you need a bolster, please use that. Otherwise, start to breathe into the body, lengthen through the spine, roll the shoulders back, and just allow yourself to be for a minute. Reminding yourself that if your knees are really tight or your hips are tight, you might want to be sitting on a chair. You might want to make sure that you're propped. Good. I'm going to allow this to sink in with you. Isn't it odd? We can only see our outsides, but nearly everything happens on the inside. Just let that be with you. Isn't it odd? We can only see our outsides, but nearly everything happens on the inside. So that's the flavor of our practice today. That is the intention. We're going to really focus on some basic movement and connect deeply inside. So allow that to start to seep into your awareness. Beginning to deepen your breath. And then when you're ready, let's come onto our backs. I'm gonna just get myself sorted here. Come onto your back. And we're gonna just start with a setting up of what we're doing here. And then we'll move into a sun salute, all right? So on our backs, we're gonna be in our bridge pose, okay? Before we get into our bridge pose, I want you to connect to that low belly, that pelvis, that root. And I want there to be a little bit of a tightening around that root, like you're lifting up around the perineum. There's a little drawing in. It's not a clenching, right? Like that Kegel idea, it's just a gentleness, but you're locking that energy, okay? Then you're feeling at the navel center, another little lock where it's like you're pressing down, everything's getting held in. So that's the second lock. The third lock is a slight tuck with the chin. Good. So breathe here. So even though they're locked, I want you to be able to breathe. We're not holding the breath. So inhale for 4. Exhale for 4. You'll just feel that there is a little bit of a tension and constriction. I'm going to pick up my chest, drop my shoulders down, bring my hands to either side. Connect again to the bandhas. So the Muladhara Bandha, the Uddiyana Bandha, and the Jalandhara Bandha. Good. So now that those are locked, I want you to inhale, slowly draw your arms up, slowly draw your hips up all the way. Bring the hands behind you. Exhale, draw them down. All right, here's where things are going to start to get a little different. As we inhale up and as we exhale down, we're going to bring that chant and that Bija mantra into play. So we're going to be bringing in Gum. So inhale, Gum. Gum. 2 more just like this. Gum. Gum. Keep going just one more time through and connect with those bandhas. When you come back, good. We're just going to draw our knees into our chest, rock from side to side, and then roll over onto all fours. We're going to come into tabletop and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do our Gum. We're going to feel into our bandhas. And we're going to exhale into child's pose and then inhale back up into, up through cat into cow, okay? So exhale, Gum. Inhale. Exhale, Gum. Inhale back up. Don't forget to check in with the bandhas. 2 more just like this. Go. Last one. Good job. Now let's come to standing at the top of their mat. You might already be noticing some energetic shifts within you. Maybe your mind is already starting to feel a little more focused. Maybe you've gone, what am I getting myself into? Right? Okay, so ground down through the 4 corners of your feet. Lift those toes and then just set them down. Feel the lifting up through the center of the foot, all the way up through the ankles, through the calves and the shins, through the thighs. Just feeling the whole body. Roll the shoulders back, hands at either side, and then check in with the bandhas. So again, the Muladhara Bandha, the Uddiyana Bandha at the navel, and the Jalandhara Bandha. Standing here, feeling the locks in place. Good. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold into your Uttanasana. Let your head hang. Good. Inhale, look up, flat back. Exhale into a crescent. So we're going to bring our leg back behind us and we're going to just sweep up gently. Now, depending on your shoulders, you can keep your hand here. So I'm just showing you what we're doing. We're going to be including the bandhas and including our Gum chant, okay? Exhale, coming back up into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping up into a baby chair. Then exhale, deepening. Inhaling all the way back up, and then we're going to do the other side. So we're going to exhale. Inhale up into half forward fold. Exhale, bring the back leg behind the left leg this time, coming up into your crescent, or bringing the hands down if the shoulders are tight. Inhaling and then exhaling back into our Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping up into our chair. We'll deepen into our chair, and then inhale all the way back up. So what I want you to be watching for is your locks and connecting with your inner world. We're not going to be moving super fast. It's all just about you really connecting to all the different aspects of your energetic body, right? So we're connecting with the sound, we're connecting with the physical, we're connecting with what's around us, we're connecting internally. So that's what we're doing, All right. So when we inhale up, I want you to know it's okay to release the lock, but I want you to notice what happens. And then when we start curving back down and coming down, keep the lock in place. So just notice that difference. Ready? Inhale. Exhale, gum. Lock everything up. Inhale, look up. Slight chin tuck here. Exhale, right leg back behind you. Inhale, sweep up. Gum. Exhale, back down. Uttanasana. Gum. Inhale into chair. Exhale, deepen. Gum. Inhale all the way up. Maybe you want to do a little bit of a back bend already. Exhale, gum. I'm gonna do the other leg now. Inhale. Exhale, gum. Inhale, look up, flat back. Exhale, step the left leg back this time. Inhale, up into your crescent, gum. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep into chair. Exhale into your gum. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, gum. Keep going with this. Every time you exhale, exhale with your gum. Okay, keep going. Inhale. Inhale, look up, flat back. Exhale, step back. Exhale, step into Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep into chair. Inhale up. Exhale, gum. Fold all the way down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, left leg back this time. Gum. Exhale, gum. Inhale into chair. Inhale up. Exhale, gum. Okay, what I want to encourage you to do is keep going without me prompting you. If you want, you can look up and see what I'm doing if you get confused. But this is really your internal work. That's all it is. It's just we're moving to get inside. So don't overthink it. If you do a different move entirely, don't judge yourself. Maybe your body just really needed that. Okay, check in with the bandhas. I might just remind you about that. Go ahead, inhale. One more time through.